Today, we are diving into 3 really powerful new updates for Redwood's self-service procurement. And listen, these aren't just small tweaks. We're talking about giving you more power, more visibility, and a whole lot more speed. Basically, everything you need to make your work life that much easier. So let's get right into it.
Come on, we've all been there, right? You send a requisition out into the system, and then you just wait. It feels like you sent it into a total black box. So if you've ever found yourself just wishing for a little more control, a much clearer view of what's actually happening, then you are absolutely going to love what we're about to cover.
All right, first up, we're talking about project costing. Now, if you're someone who manages award-based projects, this first enhancement is a real game changer. Seriously. This is all about empowering you, the requester, and finally, getting rid of some of those frustrating bottlenecks that used to slow the whole process down.
So let's just look at the before and after, because it's a pretty stark difference. In the past, distributing project costs was, this super specialized task. It created a massive bottleneck because only a handful of users with a very specific privilege could even kick off the process. Well, guess what? That bottleneck is now gone. The power has shifted directly to you. Now, any requester can initiate the project cost distribution all on their own.
Now here's where it gets interesting, because there's a little bit of nuance here. While anyone, and I mean anyone, can now initiate the distribution, so no special privilege needed, you do still need that original privilege to actually view the final results. So the key takeaway is this: you can get the ball rolling yourself, which is huge, but that final validation and review step, that still belongs to the folks with specific access.
Okay, let's move on to our second enhancement, and this one builds perfectly on that whole theme of clarity. This is hands down a massive leap forward in transparency. The best way to think about it is, it's like tracking a package you ordered online. You finally get to see exactly where your requisition is every single step of the way.
And this slide just says it all, doesn't it? Remember that black box we were talking about? Well, before this update, once a requisition line went into the contracting phase, you had zero visibility. It was a complete mystery. But now, that box has been completely blown wide open. A simple little status badge gives you immediate, crystal clear insight.
So when you see this new on-contract badge, what does that actually mean for you? Well, you'll see it on your My Requisitions and Details pages, and it's your signal that your item is officially being worked on in the contracting phase. Now, you won't see the specific contract number, but, and this is the most important thing to remember, once that badge shows up, that requisition line is locked in. It cannot be canceled or withdrawn. Think of it as a done deal.
And for our third and final enhancement, we're bringing some seriously cool consumer-level tech right into your procurement workflow. I mean it, forget the keyboard. We are talking about searching for items in the catalog using your device's camera. Pretty cool, right?
You know the drill, right? Manually typing in these long item numbers or descriptions, crossing your fingers you get it exactly right, and then, you find a typo. The old way was slow and just begging for errors. The change? It's so beautifully simple. You just point your device's camera at a barcode. It is so fast, it's incredibly accurate, and it pretty much eliminates all those frustrating manual mistakes.
And just look how easy this is. You open your catalog search, you give your browser a one-time permission to use the camera, you scan the item's barcode, and boom! Just like that, the correct item instantly shows up in your results. It is truly that simple. 4 quick steps to a much, much faster way of working.
Okay, let's wrap this up and tie it all together. Because these aren't just 3 random features, right? They really represent a major upgrade to your daily procurement toolkit. Every single one is designed to make your whole process smarter, faster, and way more efficient.
So let's recap your upgraded toolkit real quick. First, you've got empowered costing. You can kick off project cost distributions yourself. No more waiting around. Second, total transparency. You can actually track your requisitions all the way into the contract phase. And third, effortless searching. You can use your camera to find exactly what you're looking for in just seconds.
All these updates really point to one clear trend: using smart technology to make our complex work way more simple and intuitive. And that kind of leaves us with a really interesting question to think about. As your tools keep getting smarter, what's the next bottleneck in your workflow? What's that one manual process you would just love to see automated away for good?